Hey everybody, and welcome to Nostalgia Minecraft. The picture that you're seeing at the minute on this map, the picture that you're seeing at the minute is basically we started a server up, me, Gunnar, and Zeevil, and we had other friends, which is part of what we're calling 3JF, 3 guys and friends, join in. Quite a few of us, quite a lot of us. We had other people joining the server requesting if they could play, and we all got together and said, yeah, they can do. There was a whitelist questionnaire on the BTW forums for you to join. We don't judge about buildings. If you're not a very good builder, it's fair enough, because eventually you go off and do your own thing. But as for Communal itself, what we decided was that build what you want in Communal. As part of Communal, not your own personal base type thing. Basically it was a group effort, and it wouldn't matter. Depending on people's texture packs, some things didn't look as good via people's texture packs, to so on and so forth, but there was no judging or nothing like that. And basically what you see now is you see the building in front with the church is the old, literally when we spawned in, that's what we got, and we decided perfect location to build up. What you're seeing now is what Communal looks like at the minute, and as you can see there, you can still see the original village building, which has been sort of renovated, should we say. The church is gone and that. Desert's still there to the side with a few extra buildings, but we're going to go and investigate now as we go along and see what's happened. So let me turn around first. So on top of the hill from the original photo is the Nether portal, and this was built by Zeevil, I believe. So in his texture pack it looks a lot different to how it looks in ours. Me and Gunnar actually use a variation on John Smith and Conquest put together, like a hybrid. So it's more of a medieval texture pack for us. And he's created the Nether portal in here. I'm going to add this as sort of part 3 and then part 4, 5, 6, however long it goes on for, because we did all eventually leave Communal, branch out to our own places, and as time goes by each episode we'll go and investigate people's the other people on the server's bases, compounds, bunkers, whatever they want to call them. So yeah, so there's the Nether portal that was built. We head down this lovely little slope. What is this? Public trade post, please add blocks and chests. This was Isaac, I believe. Gave everybody, he gave everybody everything they needed, had one of these in Communal, so we could easily pass by anything that we needed instead of trying to catch up to each other, because we were spread miles. So the original building, which is this. So this was an original village building, still some of the old same brickwork, and then it was eventually expanded. So yeah, when we first came in we created something. There was a lot of us to begin with. I think 8 of us started on this server. FURAITES, we call him short, his wife WALKSTRONG, Isaac, Dunedin, me, Gunnar, Zeevil, who else did we have? Very hard to remember. I'm sure I'll remember as we go. So yeah, we started up, got some furnaces going, things like that. We put chickens in here eventually. I can't remember what day it was, but eventually when we started getting chickens, they got stored in here. Hoppers came at a later time, of course. Just because food was like a serious problem, especially in BTW, it's very, very hardcore. Sorry, this building here was originally one of them small villager houses you had. So we used that just to store the chickens in. Over here, I believe this was Fur and Walk. They created the animal farm, where we store the animals. Don't get too close to cows, because cows kick in this. It's a hoof seat that was added by Flower Child a few versions back. So yeah, we have that. We have the notice board over here. This was basically for us to add notes to people, if we were planning on going mining on this date, so if he's just in case like people came on and didn't know, like we couldn't get in touch with them. other than via the forum. They could see on here, and it would come up, and it would let them know if we had any plans or things that we needed doing, things to do list for Communal. One of the rules that we had in Communal is if you joined, like basically when you die, it's a hardcore spawn. There's no sleeping in beds or anything. So when you die, you could start anywhere. Can't remember the block radius. Is it like up to 1,000 blocks, maybe more? I'm not too sure. But there's no way of finding your way back. And you have nothing on you. There's no gravestones, no nothing. So if you did make it back, you could take the bare essentials, and that was it to get back to your base. You couldn't just come in here and take all the iron or anything. Anything really that was mined or given, and we tried to make a deal where when we did have our own compounds, you would kind of like give 10% to Communal, just to keep Communal going. So, stock only for Communal basically in these chests. Whatever you take, replenish, no valuables, so you weren't allowed to take diamonds and stuff. On death, take only basic essentials. So you could take some chicken just as long as you bred some more chickens, so on and so forth, you know, kind of tax in a way. So this was the storeroom, and this wood, birch, I really cannot stand that stuff. I hate it. Hate that stuff. So this was the storeroom. The warehouse, storeroom. And it was Gunnar, I believe, who created this. So this was one of the first buildings to go up when we were more or less starting to get ourselves efficient, which he created. So literally we kept all the chests in here, label them so you had your food chests. They were all in here, all the soups, sandwiches, meats, anything else, still things to that label. I added some more of these chests. I kind of changed it slightly not too long ago. I think one of the last times I was on, actually, because I've spent a lot of time in Communal doing my own project at one point, which is pretty much finally complete. There's still a bit to do on it, but yeah, so I added some chests so we could try and split things up and have things as need be. One of the things that annoyed me is there's not a lot compared to being on here for two years plus, and the fact that, you know, you're always able to get your iron back at the time. I mean, he's changed it now, since you don't get back, if your pickaxe is about to break, you smelt it, you get all your iron back. You don't now. You get sort of like a little bit less, say like one iron ingot less to what it is. But this should be pretty much full, and I'm pretty sure there should be more than that. So somebody's being thieving. So yeah, that's this was the warehouse that was created. Some of the people that are part of it: 3JF, Dunedin, WALKSTRONG, ABC you later, Green Oxygen, RAZAR, Isaac, and 3 founders: Zeevil, Gunnar, and myself. I've changed my name there because originally I was known as Ricane01. I've changed my name for my YouTube channel, which is Criminal Gamer now. And RAWNY. RAWNY is not one of the founding members, just us 3. But is part of the friends group, the F of 3JF. So now we've seen that. I know it's dark, I don't have to worry, it's pretty lit up, not as much over that way. I think this was one of the next buildings to go up, and it was the hen house. Originally I called it KFC. This was created by me. Yes, it was created by me. And basically, it was sort of a new... to take the chickens out of where they were over here, what I did was I had them stored in here, like this. And what you would do is you would take your seeds, if there's any in here. Yeah, there is. Here we go. You just take your seeds, and then we would just like, you know, you would just run along here, right-clicking to feed them. They'd eventually lay eggs. Did they lay eggs or did they lay chicken? No, they lay eggs. You would collect the eggs. Not automated, of course, not at this point, not in this. You collect the eggs, then you would go up here, throw the eggs against this wall. Any chickens that are babies can't hop over 1 blocks until they're grown, so they would be trapped in this area, and then eventually when they grow, they jump into there and they can't get back out, and you would just have a line of them. So we would have a supply, endless supply of chickens. Once there was a lot of chickens, it would literally just take the eggs. I think there was a fire actually, and I had to redo the roof, so this is kind of broke, but there was a little pen here and we threw the eggs in there, and basically you could just slaughter these chickens. So these are the chickens for cooking, while downstairs there were the chickens for giving us the eggs. And that is that building. So yeah, I quite like that design as a start off thing. We'll come back to that one. Let's see what else. Some of these buildings are a much later thing. This building, now I'm having problems with this building. Reason being is, since I changed my name, I don't have the OP. I don't have the power of spawn, so I can't break certain blocks. Welcome to the start of your new life. Beware TPing to new land will clear your inventory. We did something later on where, because we've been around here for a long time, we all wanted to start fresh without starting a new server. So we decided to teleport to an area that was blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks away, like way. We tried to start a new life there. It didn't work out very well. People gave up on the server because we were in snow, and the snow biome's just a nightmare to build in. So we created some sort of switch. But I believe this building originally was supposed to be the cauldron room, but Gunnar actually built it right on top of the spawn itself. So the spawn protection was on. So nobody could do anything. Like, what does that say? Button to new lands, which is there. I don't know whether he's changed it because... Oh no, he has. He's changed it back. What was it? Button to new lands. And it was... No, it wasn't. One of them, wasn't it? That'll do. We'll just leave it like that. Beware, pushing will wipe your inventory. So he set up this thing, so like literally had to leave all the inventory because it was like starting fresh. So he set a system up which would just take all the inventory away from you. But yeah, this was originally supposed to be sort of the cauldron room, proper medieval style one. Again, he set up this. This is from the last nostalgia. Is this button take us to our area there, and the old community world, which was a server just prior to this server. We had an older world as well. He imported both maps of our areas into this server. Moving on. This, I believe I created this one myself as well. This was the murder pen for the cows, as well as a small wheat farm, which is basically, this was specifically just for those cows. And those cows are down here, I believe. Another little semi, it's kind of automatic, not so much automatic, but basically if we take these, for instance, 1, 2, we just take 2 of them. Oh, don't want them to see it, hang on a second. So if we just, you can see 2 hibachi down there. There is 1 cow, so we'll feed them. The little button here, what we do is we've got 1 cow in there. It takes 2 presses just so you don't lose the food. You would press that. That would burn for a few seconds. The cow would run around. It won't die. There we go. And you would press it again. Like so. And now it's... Oh, you little bugger. He didn't go on it. Hang on. Let's drag him out. There he is. Alright, now he should die. There we go. And as you can see, he's dropped his food down there. You just climb down the ladder. They do kick, so you have to wait until they've calmed down. Then you would go down, you would collect the food, it's already cooked for you. And you would place it into the chest. Now over here, 2 main cows, mind the drop, do not kill. Birth 2 here, and use the wheat to pull the calf into the main burner. The reason I say that is because if the calf stays in here, and you keep doing it, you're going to have a crap load of cows in one section when we only need 2. Maybe 4 at the most. And it's going to cause serious lag. So you drop both of them down there. They do such and such. Bit our baby calf. And then to get the calf out of there, just in case it doesn't, just take 1 of them. And it should. There we go. Now, because it's seen the wheat, it comes out. And it can't get back up again because it's a baby calf. Can't jump up. And that was how that worked. So that worked out quite well. I'm sure that there's a lot better ways of doing things, but for how it was at the beginning, and I had a nightmare with a redstone to be fair, it works. And it works well. So that's that. And the sun's back out. Just a bonus. Now I'd been away in our new lands for a while before I decided to come back to Communal and do some work, so some of these things I have absolutely no idea what they are. Asmarok, another person who joined, must have joined at a later date. What am I hearing? One cut. There's some sort of... It's like some sort of sawmill, I think. Not entirely sure. Jumping back in, so I don't know what it is. Sorry for it being so ugly, I'll try and fix it soon. Again, no judging. My guess is it's some sort of automated sawmill of some sort. I could actually work a little bit of magic on that, to be fair, but yeah, it'll stay as it is because it's somebody else's. This was evil again, I believe. Egg hatcher thingy, nice name. A semi-auto chicken farm, semi-auto. Not entirely sure how this worked. It was quantum chickens, I believe, to begin with. They'd laid eggs, machine on, they laid eggs or whatever, and you would collect them. There's a saw, chicken, so on and so forth. So yeah, that was another one of Zeevel's contraptions, I believe. Now, was this RAWNY or was this RAZAR? Or was this ABC? I don't know. Again, unsure. Such a long time since we've been on. It's the potion building. Free potion, also brewing guides. Oh, there you go, it was ABC. Tells you in there. And the book says, quick guide, mysterious clan, instant health, is a gas tier, regeneration, magnum cream is fire resist, blaze powder is strength, red mushroom. So he literally gave us like books to tell us what enchants did what. I put a few of those in there. And then there was some enchants already done. Red mushroom and poison. Spider eyes put in there. Creams and things, so yeah. Yeah. It's not too bad. It's very glassy, but again, we're not there to judge. This is somebody's build, and again, it doesn't look too bad on mine. It's very stony, I've got to admit. But yeah, it's not too bad, and I'm pretty sure it's really good in his texture pack. So yeah, there's that. I am calling it texture pack, not resource pack, because it is classified as texture packs on 1.5.2. What we have over here was originally another building, one of the first ones to go up, and this was actually the dog pen when we did have dogs. They were in here, they would sit on both of here. I had a system. Somebody's taken my dispensers. Literally would dispense meat and it would slowly drop, because I had an issue where when I didn't have this, the meat was falling straight away and the dogs wouldn't eat it and it'd be stuck there. So basically it went slower and slower down and the dogs would eat them. And then it would fall into a hopper or such. I very much doubt there's anything left in here. So basically the dogs were on here and they would eat the food, and when they would poop, their dung would be caught in here. We'd be able to get it and make tanned leather, because that's what you have to use in BTW to make certain things, especially the saw, which requires it. There's one of my things there. So I had two of them set up. Of course, I issued a thing on the notice board about people making sure they fed the animals, because if you don't, like if the dispensers run out of food, they would starve and then they would die, which they did. So I think I was in holiday at the time as well, so I wasn't too impressed. And that's where I kept the food, and I believe the mechanics were in here. So I had all this set up to a certain point. I can't remember how now, it's such a long time. Well, basically this was the network, how it worked, so on and so forth. Looks like there's been either somebody's, might be me actually, I don't know. I think I was trying to figure out how I did it for my other world, for my other base. So yeah, it was a nice little building. I was quite happy with this building. Again, I built this one myself. Just eat some food there. Let's quickly hop along here. You can't really see because of the spruce. But yeah, it wasn't too shabby. I quite like this build. One of my favourites. Oh yeah. Right, let's move on. We come down this path. I think Gunnar normally does these sort of paths, just gravel as he does. I've changed things. This is how I think I used to do them as well, but I've sort of changed things now. I mix things up for a bit of dirt, bit of cobble, bit of dirt, you know, give it sort of like a worn look. Again, it was all about learning and things like that, and I think that's packed. I'm not even sure what that is actually. It was a change to Mesh's texture pack, and his latest version, so I'm not too sure what it is. So anyway, as we go, what was this? Voodoo Magics, the enchantment room. Basic tiny little building, not all that impressive, but I think things were becoming a rush job and these went up quickly. Bookshelves, enchantment, plain to see. These little doorways that you're seeing, these are a unique thing. It's harder to come by fencing. You can only make fencing now with the saw. But basically, the zombies couldn't get through. So it was actually worked out quite well. So if you built walls and you needed gates, this is what you would do, because the zombies and the mobs couldn't get through unless they were pushed through, of course. So it was a good deterrent. And you didn't have to, you know, they could smash down doors and stuff, so you would put your door there, but if you put this here, they couldn't get at your door. So it was like a unique way of doing things, and I believe it was not ABC, this was Isaac, I believe, in Dunedin, or Green Oxygen, it was one of those three, who told us about it. This room over here looks different. Nothing in there. I'm guessing that was going to be for something. Unless it's moved. I believe there was a cauldron room somewhere. Yeah, unless this is it. I think this is it actually. The food cookery room. So this is where the cauldron is. Has all the food in. Kebab chest, mushroom, carrots and mutton. Anything that makes kebabs. Steak dinners. Barrel. Ooh. Oh, I like that. I've never seen this since the new pack. We'll just put that there because it looks like food. Interesting. Cocoa bean, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. So as you can see there, that was the cauldron room. Pretty straightforward. Jungle wood with the cocoa beans, and then we head off down here. This, I believe, was Soul Bottler grindstones. Don't even remember this. Put unfilled urns here and push button. So this made soul urns. Again, something for BTW. And you had a grinder, the grindstone. It would grind stuff, pop it all out, and it would drop into here. So you make flour, you put the wheat in the grindstone, it would grind it into flour, and that would make your bread. Bone meal, so you drop bones in, so on and so forth, and hemp, and it would create hemp fibres and coal as well, and make coal dust. So, good little contraption, worked quite well. A lot of hard work went into that. Again, sorry to say, I do not know who created that one. This was another building created by me. I was creating a sawmill. I never ever got around to finishing this with the roof. And basically what you would do is you would take... do I have any wood on me? I do actually, yes. So, what you would do is do that. And then it would chop it up into wood, like so. And you would get, there you go, your planks. We'd stick that in there. That in, oops, sawdust goes somewhere else. Yeah. Sawdust goes in there, like so. Iron ingots and stuff in there for some reason. No clue why. But yeah, so I created this. This was going to be a sawmill. It's going to get designed slightly better. But I needed to put a roof on it. Here's the gearboxes and the axles that make the whole system work. A lot of redstone, a lot of gold. And I believe this was kind of like the dock. That being... Squids are dangerous in here, so it was quite hard, but I believe this is where you fished from. Yeah, you would fish off the edge of here, where just out of the squid's reach. And this is where we'll collect our fish. As you can see over there, I'm not going to run all the way over there, but You can see the farms, the sugarcane farm, pumpkin, melons, cactus, and I believe wheat farms were located over there as well. Bit of hemp, wheat farm just over there, and more wheat over here. Carrots and potatoes, I believe, which, again, this sort of stuff, the potatoes, the carrots, and the wheat, you can only get from the seeds, basically, and the carrots and potatoes themselves, you can only get from the villages. But the villages are hard to find because no villages have actually any food or villages in them for at least 2,500 blocks in certain direction, which is unknown to us, of course, to begin with. And up here we have got the kiln, auto pottery, and stoked cauldron. So the kiln, the kiln works where you would put the, I'm trying to remember what you use this for now. Oh my god, I can't remember. You put something in it. What's in here? It's not coal. Kiln pieces. Damn it, what do you put in there? Basically, you put some sort of block in there and then it turns it into whatever it turns into, unfortunately. I just really can't remember. And then that would be thingy. I need to check to see, like, because I tried this switch before. Ah, so he's unlocked the OP, brilliant. Because I came in here one time and I was trying to use this and it wouldn't let me because of a spawn protection. But that switches the kiln on. You can make kibble with the kiln, which is another way of feeding animals. What was I putting in here? Really do not remember. Give me certain stuff. It's something that made things a lot easier than using a cauldron or something. So that was that. Yeah, if I come down here, apparently the server's going to restart. That's nice. Never used to do that. There's some sort of mushroom farm around here. I've never been able to get into it, but this is the crucible. Just turn that off. We don't need it on. So this is the crucible. So you would drop in your tools. Shall I drop one of the tools in now, actually, because I want to see the new difference. So originally this would used to give you 1 iron back. That one's a bit weak, actually. Which one's... So if I drop that in there, this used to give you 1 iron and get back so you could make it straight away, but his new update's changed. And now it shouldn't. Right, there we go. I thought it was going to work for a second then. Now it shouldn't give us 1 ingot back. Nah, it gives you 6 and it's 9 to make an ingot, so you are losing out. So that's different. Anyway, the server's going to restart. So I'm going to come back like that. I'm going to come back once it's restarted. Okay, we're back. So the server just says a quick restart. This, I believe, over here somewhere. This is doing the brown mushrooms. You can probably hear them all in there. It's got to have pure darkness. So that was a Zeevil contraption again. So was the Crucible. Sorry, I didn't show that building there. Again, this was Zeevil. Was his contraption for the room for the Crucible. More food down here. No one of them special little exits to stop. There are some dark spots. Still see a skeleton over there. Little bit of castle wall. That was getting changed as we went, which is a job that I've been doing and still been doing. Somebody else's base over there. One thing I've noticed is we don't have the windmill here. We normally always build a windmill in our towns, but never mind. I think we moved over to water wheels, to be fair. So yeah, that's that. Now for a couple of last things, and then that would be the end of Communal. And this one is this contraption. I'll call it a contraption. This monstrosity, should we say. This I did. This is not my design. A few tweaks that I've done myself, of course, but you'll... I don't think so, mate. Get wrecked. This took months. I would say 6 weeks. I did mention this in part 1 of the nostalgia video, but I'm going to show it again anyway. I didn't mention the person, and I am going to put down a link for his tutorial, basically his channel. He does some tutorials on some buildings, some good buildings that he's got, but this really caught my eye and I wanted to give this one a go. Definitely some dark spots. These ender spectacles are really cool. These ender spectacles in this game allow you to see the dark spots. Basically you see little like little particle like that little particle there. It's telling you that it's a dark spot, that creatures can spawn there. Very hard to make in game, but yeah, that kind of helped as I was building this. And basically it's the arena, big giant ginormous arena that we created. Months and months it took to build. Full credit to the lad who did this, but put in mind I did this all in survival and it took a lot of work to do, and it's one of my proudest builds that I've done, even though it's not mine. One of my proudest builds. I'm quite happy with it. So yeah, that is that. There's a lot of creatures around. I'm a little worried that I'm going to die, because if I die I will spawn who knows where. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for daylight and then show you the last little thing I want to show you before we end this episode. And then when we come back in the next episode, we'll start off from here and head off to someone else's base, which is basically after we all decided to leave Communal to create our own compounds, so we could use our own textures, our own designs, or anybody else's designs, of course, which I've done sometimes. It's not that I can't build, I can. I just see some people's builds, like Jeracraft, Jamsy Boy, Madness, people like them, their builds look so good. Like I think this was Madness, I think. Again, I'm going to look this up and any descriptions will be in the description below. And I just wanted to put them in, and I would just try and make it look good in the area. So this is the gatehouse, and then the wall would be exactly the same, stretching all the way around. Probably with one more of these as a sort of tower corner. But yeah, so you would come in from there. You would come in underneath the arena. It's a shame the grass doesn't grow because there's no light. And then you would head into main Communal. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for joining us for the nostalgia tour of Gunner's Quacking server, where all the members of 3GAF and all people not associated with 3GAF but part of this server all put their all into this, and we will be carrying on looking into everybody's bases that I can find, because not everybody I know where they are. I think you find them all through the Nether, to be fair, and some are close by, such as where the gate was. Myself, Gunner, Green Oxygen, and whoa, oh, it was a chicken. Me, myself, and Green Oxygen are located over that way. So as I was just showing before, you would like throw the egg in there like that, and you would collect the egg or whatever. So yeah, thanks very much for joining, and then in the next episode we will carry on and see some of the other buildings that people have done in their own outposts. So for now, see you next time.